The small pieces that this master before us seems to be cutting so leisurely yet easily are actually rebars recycled from construction sites. Rebars have a wide range of uses. Some people use them for fishing, while others use them for prying teeth. However, this small workshop in Peshawar uniquely and creatively discovered a business opportunity first. They only need to cut the rebars into small pieces of uniform length, put them into a high-temperature furnace to fiercely forge them until they are red hot. And then, after some simple initial forging, the value of these recycled rebars, which were bought at 500 grams per half kilogram, instantly doubles. Consequently, they can use them as materials to build something cheap and acceptable for the local people. Because the materials used in the finished products are solid and extremely cost-effective, they are highly welcomed by the locals. Therefore, while achieving the rejuvenation and circular recycling of scrap iron, the boss is also making a fortune. After the red-hot steel chain is forged, stretched, bent, and then quickly placed into the stamping equipment, being integrally formed into the shape of a salted fish under the shaping of the mold and water cooling is the first step of production. Next, they are placed into the equipment again, and through another set of molds that trims away the excess edges and corners, such a shape for the component is presented before our eyes. So seeing up to this point, has everyone guessed what they are making? Having this shape and drilling a through hole on one end is just mass production, and there are still many important treatments waiting for it before it becomes a finished product. The first thing to do is to chamfer the round hole, and then fix it on the dedicated jaw chuck of the lathe to turn the other end into a rounded and orderly form, while simultaneously machining a stepped structure. This structure is the key for subsequent accessory connections, while the round hole serves as the basis for spline machining. Therefore, once the turning is completed, without making any stop, the master can immediately use a broach to align with the round hole and pull it all the way through. Once a clear structure is formed, a well-defined spline takes shape, but the master does not want this spline to be too complete. Therefore, they are subsequently put onto a sawing machine to begin a destructive treatment, thereby preparing to machine the last and most important structure of the finished product. This structure is formed by cutting a slit right through the middle of the spline to divide it into two, then drilling holes on both sides and tapping them to machine threads, so that through the tightening of this thread and the engagement of the spline, a clamping structure is formed. Under the master's skillful operation, after all the processing is completed, the general rough shape of the object is revealed. After meticulous grinding and polishing to remove the rough forged surface and make the overall piece smoother and more orderly, and in order to enhance the surface strength, prevent rust, and provide wear resistance while increasing aesthetics, the surface must also undergo a chromium plating treatment before leaving the factory. So seeing up to this point, everyone should be able to see what the master was making, right? That's right. After the chromium